Hello and welcome back to more DML. So guys, we actually have news on the brand new event that is coming on the 9th of July, and we have the image files for another new dragon that we have never ever seen before in game. So this blue dragon that you're seeing right here is called the Duskwing dragon. So I adore the design of this guy. I mean, his little blue, like light blue feetsies, and just, oh, he looks sort of like I don't know, an evil raven or something mixed with some sort of ice dragon. At the moment, at the time of recording this, we don't have confirmation on what his elements are. I'm gonna assume like shadow and, I don't know, water or something random like that. But overall, I really want to get a hold of this dragon. But they've actually told us how you can get this dragon and what the event actually is going to be. So this is going to be kind of a longish read, and to be honest with you, I'm pretty disappointed. I'm just going to put that out there right now, because I skimmed through this a little bit, but we will go through this together, and, you know, let me know what you think. So, Andrews posted, "Hello everyone! As it was hinted before, a new event type is coming to Dragonlandia next week. The first Heroes Challenge event is called the Dawn to Duskwing, and it starts on Monday. So the Heroes Challenge is about using one single hero dragon to defeat all enemies on the short map of the event. If you manage to reach the end of the map in time, you get the end reward." So, for more details, number 1, the event will start on Monday at 3 PM GMT, so that is 4 PM in England. You can work that out to your own time zone. 2. The hero dragon will be the bludgeon dragon, which is the next weekly breedable. You can get it by using the honey and lava dragons as parents. Don't stress if it doesn't appear in your breeding den right away, just stay calm and keep trying. However, the earlier you manage to hatch the bludgeon dragon, the sooner you can start advancing on the map. That sentence I am not a fan of, but anyway, we will continue for now. Number 3, leveling up your hero. Your bludgeon dragon will have to face a team of 3 on its own. Although the level of the opponent's dragons won't be high, fighting 3 dragons alone is not an easy task. You will have to level up your heroine, or heroine order, to reach to the end of the map in time. That I am sort of confused about the wording in that. And number 4, once your bludgeon dragon is well fed and ready to get into action, fight your way through the map. You'll need to wait a little bit of time after each battle. So, number 5, if you manage to reach the end of the dungeon in time, you will get the epic Duskwing dragon. And that's it. We hope you'll enjoy it. Make sure to let us know what you think. Winky face. I appreciate that. So they've attached the image file of the bludgeon dragon, which we took a look at yesterday, and the Duskwing, which are the image files we took a look at the beginning. And so, obviously this is a new type of event, and I can appreciate when they try and go out there and do new things. And I've been saying, I love the idea of having new events and a sort of special map to improve on the current map. Obviously, we don't have the event itself yet, so whatever I say could be me just very early, you know, leaving things out or not knowing the full context. So this is just like my first thoughts summarized on this, but I can't begin to describe how bad I think this event actually sounds. No joke, I actually think this sounds awful. Main thing is, they've said the earlier you manage to hatch the dragon, the sooner you can start advancing on the map. And obviously, it's going to be some sort of limited time event. So essentially what they've done is, if you remember when breeding divine dragons, like the Aphrodite and that, and the Pangu, you only had those like week or 2 weeks to breed it. And so many people missed out on getting those divines purely because they didn't get lucky enough early enough. And if you didn't see my video on the bludgeon dragon looking at his, well, let's just say his breeding chances, like you can check it on the wiki with me, he's actually a very difficult dragon to breed compared to other dragons of the week, because there's 10 other possible outcomes. A lot of their breeding times are 10 hours plus, in fact all but 3 of them, and he has a shared breeding time. So genuinely, your chances of breeding him are quite low. And that's annoying enough. You only have a week to breed him, and however long the event actually is going to be. But then they say that he has to face a team of 3 dragons on his own, so you'll have to level him up in order to reach the end of the map. And that sort of... I'm not sure how I feel about that. That is going to take a lot of effort in terms of changing that dependent on player level, because, for instance, if I open up my DML, right, we'll wait for it to open up, but someone at my player level is obviously going to have a ton of extra food, but how do they know how much food we're actually hoarding, or whether we're still leveling up dragons, whether we're a player that has millions and millions spare? And if it is based off of your player level or your in-game dragon level, and they actually want players like someone like myself to level up dragons to like level 45, that is going to put a massive dent into the amount of food that we actually have to use during this event. So the fact that we have to level it up, breed it within a limited time to finish a small map to get an epic dragon probably as a reward, man, I really, on my first look, I'm not too supportive of this. But like I said, I may be wrong, there may be something I'm overlooking, there may be something that, you know, we don't know until we actually get the event itself, so I'm not gonna make too many assumptions, but just from reading what they've posted, that's the sort of reaction I got, personally. So I'm not sure what your opinion is on the event, or if you've picked up on anything else that maybe I missed out on, but let me know what you think. Are you positive? Think I'm being over dramatic or something? Let me know. Again, we have to wait until we actually get the event itself to see how good or bad it is, and to see how it properly functions, but I was never a fan of those divine breeding events where you had such a short time to breed them, and literally if you just didn't get lucky enough quick enough, you got screwed over. Some people spent hundreds and hundreds of gems trying to, you know, reset breedings to get the Pangu dragon, and it never worked out for them just because they got a little bit unlucky. And of course, everything to do with breeding is related to luck, and that, of course. Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to start hoarding my food from this point onwards, because obviously I've been leveling up Archangel Dragon here, but if we potentially need millions and millions of food going into this Bludgeon Dragon event, I am going to start hoarding. I probably would suggest for you to do the same, to be completely honest. So, you know, the 6-hour food I'm putting in for the event, which is the squarey berries, are going to come in very handy. But I am sort of annoyed. I am definitely sort of annoyed hearing that that's how the event is going to go, because that just takes out so many people's chances of actually even competing in the event itself, because what if they don't manage to breed it quickly? Just because you're a higher player level, that doesn't mean your chances of breeding things are increased either. So all players of all levels are going to potentially miss out on getting the second dragon and the first dragon for no other reason apart from the fact that they got a little bit unlucky. And maybe all of this was an attempt to push people to buy that second breeding den. And if that is the case, I can definitely see that being the reason, because, you know, players like myself, for instance, we've already bred every single dragon that we can breed. Every enchantment breedable, every regular breedable. So if we're focusing on the Dragon of the Month, there's very little else that we can focus on. So how else could they push players of a higher level with all those breedables already? How can they force them to buy that second breeding den? With an event like this. Simple as that. It's the fact that not only do you miss out on a dragon during this event, you miss out on the dragon and an event and a second dragon if you don't get it in time. And another thing, just because this clan quest has reminded me, if we're going to be taking on a fight with 1 dragon against 3 every time, I would highly suggest for you to save your Dragon Fury essence, or get as many as you can. Because at the moment, you know, there is the Whale Mart out, and a couple of the deals have been pretty good. Like, there's enchantment tickets for food, which isn't that bad. Food for some scrolls, which is pretty good depending on your level. Dragon Peace tickets are cheaper, 15 each, but I still think that price is exorbitant, like way too high. I would not suggest doing it. And then you can also buy some Dragon Fury Essence along with good 8208E apostrophe greater than Shadow Enchantment materials if you want that as well. For 25, to be honest, just for the Dragon Fury Essence, if you're really running low, it's not even that bad. But to be completely honest, I mean, just hoard everything that is potentially going to help you in this coming event. Another thing to pay attention to, of course, is the fact that you're probably going to want to train him when he comes out, and at the same time, remember you have clan dragons. If they allow us to actually use them during the event, you've got clan dragon powers. For example, Gravelis protects your dragon from the first hit in battle, or you can have a Mora, which boosts your dragon's attack, the first attack that they do. So there's a lot of little things that you can do to make your chances of winning fights a lot higher. And if we are going to get an event like that, and if you do manage to breed the bludgeon and take part in the event, those sort of things are going to be the difference between whether you win fights or lose fights. So I will go through probably all of this again when the event itself actually comes out, but man, I hope it's better than I think. I really am hoping that I'm wrong. I really am. But you know, I'm here to be honest with you. Some people have said like, oh, you're very supportive of Gameloft even though you say you don't work for them. I don't even agree with that. Like, most of the time I'm extremely critical about what they say and, you know, the events they actually give to us. And to be honest, in quite a lot of the recent events especially, I've been pretty negative about quite a lot. So, I don't know. I don't know. You know, let's not be negative Nancy so far, like I said. I'm just curious to see what you think more than anything else. Because I love seeing what everyone else, you know, comes up with, what their things that they're afraid might happen or the event might cause to happen. And I just like discussing it with the community as a whole. So, you know, let me know. I'm just going to finish off these arena fights for now. I mean, to be honest, I kind of do want to get back up into Dragon Scale League 1. Or at least get so many wins in a row that we can get that arena badge for placing as #1. Because I don't think I've ever bothered to go and get that since the badge came out. So, you know, Dragon Scale League 3 would be super easy to do that in, of course. But, oh man, and of course, along with that, if you didn't notice, there were a couple of gem promotions on. So, I'm imagining that they're probably going to push for some more in time for this coming event, because you can imagine, and I'm probably even going to get tempted that, you know, with this bludgeon stuff going on, having 2 breeding dens is going to help a lot. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I will just do it with 1 breeding den on principle, but a lot of you will want me to actually show you the event itself, so I'm sort of conflicted in my thoughts about this still. But anyway, we've still got a few days until the event, so for now, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think, and until next time, I will see you then.